Good morning to the morning face. How are you, Garish? Hope you slept well. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Today is Q&A day. I'm excited to know what some people have asked. It's gonna be like a day out. I need to check my car, needs to go to the garage, and after that, settle down and we do our Q&A. All right, so stay tuned. You know, in my mind, I imagine this to be a really sunny day. Nonetheless, we have to still do this. This is like a box of tricks, but not photo gear or camera gear. By the way, excuse the noise. This is just how we live up in here. Generators every day. I know, it sucks. Going to the garage, the baby is not feeling well. So we've already started trying to do some body work. It has a lot of rust. Now this is a 2001 Mercedes-Benz C320. And basically it's an old car, you know. But I like it. It has pedigree. It's a gory sight. You can see we have scratches and stuff, which, you know, have been scuffed up. Once they can smooth that out, the next level will be to do some spraying and stuff. A little box fuel pump because it's been misfiring, and this is like contact cleaning for the fuses, and some electrical bits that are just short-circuiting. A bulb that should help my visibility a little bit. And this one is my stereo. I'll get to show you guys that later. Oh, this is like my gear selector. The one there is kind of broken. So I guess this guy needs to go to the back seat. At the garage now, and just have a look at the place. It's a bit crazy. It's still raining though. That just kind of makes the day messy. Kind of spoils the plan to really just explore and vlog, but it is what it is. So now just checking out the stereo. We've got our able electrician of 20 years. Nico, say hi. Say what's up, what's up. So Nico, this is also your contract. Do you pledge that you are held responsible if there's any discrepancies with this connection? You're not held responsible. Sunday, have you pledged allegiance to make sure that what you're doing there, which at this point is the fuel pump, that you are responsible for the function of this fuel pump, and Emmanuel is not responsible?
I am responsible if there's anything wrong with it.
So that's Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sunday, let them see your face now.
Yeah.
See what's up.
Hi.
Mr. Emmanuel, you don't want them to see your face, Abby? You don't do bad for a treat. Cool guys, so let's get cracking.
Many hours later.
I was trying to do some time lapse and some drama happened in the neighborhood, so I had to get my camera out because I didn't want my camera to be broken. Some people were fighting and it just got messy. Progress made. The set is fixed now. Still need to do one or two things for the back. So I'll come tomorrow because they also need to finish some other stuff. Check out the tape. It definitely makes a difference. Voila, actually looks nice. There's also touchscreen, so things are just gonna move better. And it's a stark contrast to what was there before, which was this guy. All in all, it's progress. This versus this. I'm happy with it. Okay. This place is a quarry and a half. See the state of my shoes. Disgusting. Need to head home now so we can finish this Q&A. Let's get it done today. It's been a challenging day, rain and all kinds of mishaps, but we're gonna do it. All right, let's get it done. So, gotta hit the road now. Okay. You guys have no idea how much it's taken me to just get this episode running, from getting back into the house to trying to just settle down. Exciting, exciting. First question from Jade Basharon. Is your name Anis? Actually, my name is Anis. Some people call me Anis, but you spelled it A-N-N-I-S. Actually, it's spelled A-N-I-S, so Anis. Yes, Jade, my name is Anis with a single N. Next, Samuel Coca, or Coca, as some people would say. When are you coming to Freetown? Man, Freetown, December. I'm looking at the end of the year. A couple of projects going on, so I have to just stick around, finish those. But I have missed Freetown. Definitely excited about that one. Freetown in December. In Chika Asima, Whoa, that's my nephew. What's up, man? What's up? Chica said, nice beard, bro. Would you like to share the tips on how to groom it? I remember when we were growing up, puberty hits, you start having like little faint mustache, and then, sweat starts gathering there. Who remembers that? And then, you know what we do now. You start rubbing spirit, methylated spirit or surgical spirit just to speed it up. But really, I don't think all that stuff works. There are some things that you might use like growth oils, which I think just nourishes your skin and your follicles. So the best advice, me personally, shea butter. Use shea butter, keep it moist, and get a little brush. I don't have my brush here, but just get a nice brush. The more you brush it, I think it also activates your pores and the hair follicles to just grow, and just nurse it. Everything is processed. You have to nurse your beard. When you go to the barbers, just tell them not to cut it, just maybe shape it, and just get the bits that are sticking out. And over time, don't look at it every day, you're not going to notice. Over time, you will notice that it grows and it will be nice and nourished. But keep it moisturized and clean so you don't have fleas in it. That's what's up. Jessica Ubura is asking, what inspired you to go into producing and creative process? And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Funny stuff. When I was about maybe 5 years old, we had this tree just downstairs that had these leaves that are kind of big. And when the leaves fall, they dry up, but they don't go brittle. They still remain flexible. So I used to play with those leaves, and I used to create characters, 2 characters, sometimes 3, create a movie. Why'd you do this? I mean, a lot of kids do that. It wasn't so off for a kid to do that. But for me, I think I really immersed in that. Seeing things around me, watching movies, I always found myself that watching a movie wasn't just for the entertainment factor, but I was so immersed, and I always felt drawn towards seeing what's happening. I was interested in the camera angles. So it's really just when they say your lines just fall onto you in pleasant places. I just found myself from my childhood desire being interested, and that interest always made me curious. And if I'm ever in an environment where there are cameras or there are lights or some form of filming, I would be very intrigued, not to just look at maybe the acts, but also actually, be curious about the technical parts of it. And so for me, that's really what triggered everything. It started from desire, and then I followed it through. Yeah. In the next 5 years, where do I see myself? Well, I should be, by God's grace, doing major film. At the moment, I'm kind of entering that industry where I'm directing stuff, creating content, and obviously I have this blog as well. 5 years from now, the vlog should have grown a lot bigger than this, and more so, I should be more engrossed in a mainstream industry. Hollywood can even happen in the next 5 years. I plan to put in the work, and by the grace of God. Barbara asks, what are your dislikes? What are my dislikes? Let me just take one perspective. Injustice. I don't like injustice. It really just pisses me off. Let me just put it that way. The other day we were at a restaurant near the missus, and it's funny, I went to the bathroom and I came back and I just met this commotion just in the corner that we were in, and I kind of just met the dissipation of it. So one woman, I was like, what happened? And she was just explaining to me that, this guy was on the phone and the other guys were also on the phone. But this one guy was really like whispering in being cautious that there are people in the restaurant and kind of stuff, while the other guys, they were just loud shouting. So this guy was like, oh guys, can you just keep it down a little bit now? So because he said that to them, they virtually wanted to beat the guy. One of the guys tried to slap the guy. The waiters had to come, the manager had to come. And apparently, while I was in the bathroom, the missus was like, oh no, just try and, no, he just said, keep quiet. And apparently they tried to abuse her as well. But, oh dear. And I missed that. I'm the cool guy. I don't even look for trouble. But then when I see injustice like that, more so to my family, I would have just flipped. But God, knowing me and how my temper could go, kind of just made it not happen. I wasn't there in the heat of that. It's unfortunate when we're in these parts of the world, we get that a lot. A lot of people, use power to intimidate people and feel that they're invisible. Maybe they have connections. A couple of weeks back, a senator was slapping a shopping attendant because she was on the phone while he came to the shop. Now, this is Africa, you know, this is where stuff like that happens. You know, in the UK or somewhere, you get sued straight, you go to jail for that. But that's a conversation for another day. But injustice, I hate to see injustice. Yeah, G Arena. G Arena, my guy. G Arena is one of the most creative people I know. And trust him to ask technical questions. G Arena says, Canon or Sony? Rec 709 or log? Yeah. Serious question. Okay, let me take the first one. Canon or Sony? Now, the first camera I ever shot on, as in professional camera, was a Canon. It was actually a Canon 70. That was about 6 years ago. Yeah, I say, I didn't even have a pinch of experience with anything photography. You know, the desire was there, the passion was there, but I really didn't know what to do. I remember shooting stuff without even knowing the frame rate shutter, 150F, none of that stuff I didn't have. I was just playing it by eye. But now I use Sony. And the truth is, Sony, for me, with the kind of content I do, is versatile, it's mirrorless, it's small, I like the form factor, but also they pack a lot in their cameras. A lot more bang for the buck, in my opinion. And, you know, I guess that's the trend and that's the conversation. Canons have kind of focused more on their glasses. So Canon or Sony, it depends. I'll still get the C200. I think it's a great camera for official work, doing documentaries and stuff, the ergonomics and stuff. But for my vlogging and my general daily life, would I be pro Sony? Yes, I will. So I guess that answers the question. The first part at least. Second part, Rec 709 or log? Well, some people don't know what Rec 709 is. Rec 709 basically is just a color space. So Rec 709 is, in layman terms, the general color RGB space that you see on TV or when you film in a basic camera with all the colors looking vibrant. That's the Rec 709 tool. And obviously log is a profile that kind of gives you more dynamic range, and when you look at it, things will look kind of faded. I don't know if I should demonstrate this. Give me a second. Let me show you what it actually is, because I have this an Atmos Shinobi, which is a really great monitor, and it actually gives you the ability to see if you're shooting in a log profile, you can see a Rec 709 so that it doesn't throw you off. Okay, so right now the profile that you're seeing is native. That means it's just straight off how it's going to kind of look. Rec 709, if I click that, is a more vibranty color. It even brings up the exposure. Let me bring down the ISO a little bit so you guys can see that. All right, so that's the native, straight off the camera, straight off what the screen is interpreting. And then this is Rec 709, which is more vibrant. So if I was shooting in like log with Rec 709, what the monitor is doing is it's recreating a Rec 709 profile so that I can at least get a rough idea of how it's gonna look. All right. So to answer the question, Rec 709 or log, again, it depends. If I'm doing something majorly cinematic, I'm in outdoors, and there's a lot of difference between the highlights or the bright parts of the scene, like the sky, and maybe the dark parts, which may be the road, the mountains, then you probably shoot log. But again, with what I do, I just shoot hybrid log gamma because my camera does HLG. So why not shoot in HLG? And it still kind of gives me the results that I want. I would try log every now and then, but again, if you have the ability to do either log or hybrid log gamma, why shoot in Rec 709? Except it's something that doesn't require much, you know, it's something quick or you don't have time to grade. But given the choice, HLG profile, or if there's no HLG in whatever camera I'm using, then I'll have to use the log profile. I hope that answers your question, Mr. G. Thanks. Pearly says, when are you coming to SA? SA, I don't even know. Definitely next year. I want to go to SA, even if it's not for work, just to chill. Johannesburg, you can show me the sights. Most likely next year. Batty K. Batty K asks, what did you study in college and what inspired you to do so? My dad's desire was for me to be this business mogul, but business at the time was not what I wanted to do. It's weird now, you have a transition into understanding investments and seeing life and everything you do, even with your film, as business. But my dad probably just saw me as a banker or something like that. As destiny and the universe and God would want it, I found myself in, doing sound engineering and music production. The reason I did that, simple, it was my passion. I never regretted doing that because I could have ended up just following the trend and whatever. If there's anything I want to learn a bit more, is the music business. Because I have a passion for music, and you don't need to wait till you go to school to do that. You can actually study that online and stuff. So, Mr. Batty, I hope that answered your question. Ramata says, how can I manage my social life, work, and continue with my studies at the same time? Ramata, we only have 24 hours in the day. What I've realized is 24 hours is never going to be enough. Now, it doesn't have to be easy as well. Sometimes we feel that, but it's hard. Yes, it's hard. To achieve anything great, it takes discipline and effort. So, keyword is discipline. Everything you're doing now is going to be for a season. You're not going to be studying forever. And even the work you do, by God's grace, is going to be that means to an end to get you to the place where what you invest now is going to build something. It's going to be beyond the 9 to 5. It's going to be your assets. You're going to be able to have days off. You're going to be able to have businesses that are running and people managing it. And you're going to be the executive. You're going to be the overseer, and you just have all the luxury. You can travel. And that's where we all want to be your own boss and to have your own business. So how you're going to do it is just zoning in and being disciplined. If you're looking to your body to tell you to do stuff, you're not going to do it. So discipline is about overriding that initial instinct, because the body doesn't like to suffer. The instinct of the body is to protect itself and to keep it comfortable, to keep it warm. Just like when you are in bed, Africa now is hot, so if there's light and that AC is blowing you, man, and you have to get up to go anywhere, man, it's like it takes discipline to leave that AC, especially if you've been sweating half the night and you only got time to sleep around 2:30 and you have to wake up at 6. Hey, it's discipline. So organize your time, start your days early, and write things down. Do a little checklist, and that will help you, and you can achieve it. All right, and it's just for a season. In the not too distant future, you'd have the peace, but you have to make that investment now, and you have to burn and suffer now, so that you chill later. Silverstone, my man, Silverstone. What light should I use to shoot my? Yeah, I'm gonna read it like it is. He says, what light should I use to shoot my porn? Silverstone is my boy from way back school. We went to school together in Sierra Leone, and he's also an amazing creative. He's an artist, singer-songwriter, one of the baddest producers. I'll put his handle down. Go to his Instagram. You should have links to all his music, so just check him out. He also DJs. So basically, Silverstone meant videos, because he's been shooting his videos. He has his own team. So it depends on what your budget is, man. You can go for the Aperture 120D. That's a great video light. It has plenty of output, and it's got really strong light source. And also, when you shoot at slow motion, 120, it doesn't strobe. That's one of the few lights that doesn't strobe. However, there are a lot of, if you're on a pinch, there are a lot of budget lights. Look at the Godox or Godox. Look at the Godox SL60W. So that's a 60 watt light, also a single LED chip. Amazing light for a quarter of the price, or a third of the price. I'll put links below. The 120D obviously was on the high side, 600 plus, but you can get the Godox one for about 200. And there's also a newer one. I'll also put links for that one. The newer one is also similar to the Godox and also cheaper, I think, or about the same price. And these are great lights that for what you need to do shooting your video porn or whatever. It's good. Bless up, man. Sophie, when are we doing a duet? Sophie, hit me up with a song and I'll listen to it and yeah, we'll discuss it. No problem. Just send me the song. I'll look through it. Hopefully the song is good and you don't sound crazy and whack, because I have to also think about the kind of songs I'm collaborating on, and also hopefully you're planning to promote it so that we don't end up doing a session and all that hours for you to just go play to your best friend. But anyway, do the song, send it to me, and I will check it out. All right? There's always room for collaboration. Bola asks, what is your biggest fear? What is my biggest fear? I think the ultimate biggest fear is not being able to achieve the things you want to achieve and not being able to see your dreams. My biggest fear sometimes is actually feeling my dreams are too big. But then it's better to dream big than to dream small, So I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey of faith. I'm dreaming big, but also learning to apply faith, diligence, works to the faith, because it's very important. Faith without works is dead. Very important. I personally believe that there's 70% responsibility to you in achieving your goal. The 30% is the grace, is the universe just aligning things. But 70% of it is that you're waking up in the morning. It's a conscious effort to be able to achieve anything you want to do. Okay, and last question for the session, for this episode. Jay says, hey Anis, it's been a while, I haven't seen your music. When are you dropping another album? Jay is a great producer, songwriter, and one of those guys that are just humble, good-hearted person, brother. Jay, I'm gonna drop an EP this year, man, and I'll let you know, I'll keep you posted. So that was it, man. I actually had fun doing this today. It's amazing. Like, you guys just touched and warmed my heart. Thank you so much for everybody that took time out to ask the questions. I know y'all busy, but thank you so much. And for you who missed this session because you were procrastinating, I'll do another episode, another Q&A episode pretty soon. But thanks for this one. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let's grow together. Bless, bless, bless. Peace out.